215 children. It absolutely shocks me, and it's devastating. And it shouldn't only be devastating to me, but it should be devastating to everyone. Oh, I'm gonna cry. My name is Savannah Carlson. I'm on the UNBC women's basketball team, and I'm a proud member of the Dene Nukwe First Nation on Treaty 8 territory. The 215 remains found is going to open a lot of eyes, but it's also going to bring up a lot of emotion for a lot of people and educate yourself on what has happened in Canada. It's Canadian genocide, essentially. That's what the history of Canada is based on. It's on genocide. It's not just a dark past or a dark history. It's genocide. They could have been grandparents in the community. They would have been elders. They would have been people that the young ones, the younger generation looked up to. There's more than just 215, whether it be at that school or other schools around Canada. It makes you wonder who's related to them and who's out there wondering what happened to their niece, their nephew, their son, their daughter. It's frustrating because people think, oh, it's so long ago, it's so far in the past, but it truly is not that long ago that these kids were treated inhumanely. There's no excuse for unmarked graves, unidentified bodies in those graves, unidentified children. There's no excuse for it. The fact that the Indian residential school system targeted children is devastating, because when I think about children, I think about the kids that I coach now, that I'm around now, the kids in my community, the kids that, my siblings, that's the age that was targeted. I have family that's gone through residential school. The community I come from has been greatly affected by the intergenerational trauma from residential school. So I feel for the people around this territory and in those residential schools. You didn't receive love, you didn't receive affection from your family, you didn't receive any of that. So then as you go through the generations and you pass it on to your kids, you're not passing that love and affection on. So here in 2021, you have young generations that don't know how to show the family elements, like love, affection, what you would have normally gotten if you were to stay in your community and stay a part of your family. And you'd think that there would be more of a reaction from a lot of people, but there isn't. And it's sad to think that if it was 215 white children, it would be a different reaction. I have connection. I know who I am. I'm connected to my community and my spirituality, my beliefs, my way of life, and that's what makes me proud of who I am, because it grounds me. I love who I am as an Indigenous person. I appreciate being Indigenous, and I would love if everyone else could just appreciate Indigenous people. It's an emotional thing, and to think that there's 215 children who didn't get to go home. It just makes you think of, if I were to ever have children, or if my parents ever lost their children, you'd think there'd be more action taken within society, within government, to look towards reconciliation, but it's just sad to think that that's not the case.